about cinnamons.
Oh.
Tell me about that story.
Well, when I was in...
I want the whole story.
Okay, so it started off in 4th grade when we were learning about our state stuff, like the state flower and everything. And then for music, every year you put on a show, and so she did one that was with our stuff, like with those things. And so one of the songs was with the square dance, because that's our state dance. And I sang it with the Colorado state roll, is the old cinnamon roll, and it worked perfectly. And then I decided to write that to the governor. And I thought he would take it as a joke.
He made a whole petition?
Yeah, and I had everybody at school sign it. Well, in my grade.
Yeah.
And
so the governor sent him back with the entire big thing, like a actual, like, what was it called?
Proclamation.
An entire proclamation with the state seal on it and everything.
And I thought he would take it as a joke.
And it said, not the state roll wasn't going to be the cinnamon roll, because that's ridiculous.
Right here.
And that's the flag.
I can read it to you. Okay. Okay, whereas the state of Colorado is one of the healthiest states in our great nation, and Coloradoans enjoy the healthy lifestyle afforded by the array of outdoor activities, and whereas cinnamon rolls are a wonderful treat that the people of Colorado sometimes enjoy as a start to an active day, and whereas cinnamon provides numerous health benefits when coupled with an active lifestyle containing necessary vitamins and minerals such as manganese, fiber, iron, and calcium. And whereas Colorado builds community around a well-balanced meal at the kitchen table, sometimes with homemade cinnamon rolls, Colorado peaches, and milk produced by local agriculture and businesses. And whereas one special occasion, the cinnamon roll can bring the people of colorful Colorado together with family and neighbors. Therefore, I, John Hickenlooper, Governor of the State of Colorado, do hereby proclaim January 8th, 2012, Colorado Cinnamon Roll Day. Given under my hand and the executive seal of the State of Colorado this 2nd day of December 2011. His signature, John Hickenlooper, Governor.
And then it has the entire state here. Like they invited
and
us.
I got to invite all my friends.
It was really big.
And they gave us free food.
And every year since, Cinnamon Roll Day has been celebrated at Silver Grill as the first Sunday, or second Sunday of January. And so, it's still going on today.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy.
Sweet. Alright, Tim, first, you're so tall. I have to. I'm looking
well, what if I
think. Oh, there you go. Perfect.
All right. Well, my name is Timothy Flood, and grew up in Phoenix, Arizona, in the greater metro area, and moved to Flagstaff, got acclimated to the mountain climate, and then moved to Denver in 2004. The piece is called Stranger Reduction Zone, and it's a community intervention public art piece. It's interactive. It's built all out of the normal street hardware that you'd see walking around the city anyway. So the from the pedestal to the column, the crosswalk button on it, the crosswalk housing, the amber street light that's on top of it, and so it's as I showed you, it's got the image of the walking guy. That's really where the idea started. As I was looking at that, and I thought, I wonder if you flip that around, if they'd be shaking hands. And they are. So lucky for me, I didn't have to change it very much. So the idea is that we're around in downtown settings and busy settings like Denver. We're always around other people. If we have the same routine every day, we're probably around the same people every day, and we don't get to know them. And I feel like even just knowing their name, just having that very basic of familiarity with somebody, or with multiple people in your community, I feel like that builds a stronger community, because then you'll know, like, if I had been around you all day and not really knowing you, I could say, hey Anthony, could you help me carry this in, or hey Anthony, can I give you a hand with that? And I just really feel like it helps people just be a little bit more connected with each other and not feel so isolated around the millions of people we're around every day. The piece has a crosswalk button on it, and there's instructions on the button that tell the person who's using it. They say, make eye contact with somebody, say hello, and then they can push the button for suggestions. And when they push the button, there's 30 different files that Rosetta Stone donated to the piece that will give basic greeting instructions, or they'll give an example of basic greetings in one of 12 different languages. And every time they press it, they get a different audio clip, and it just goes through this loop all day, every day. So it's been well received, very well received in Colorado Springs. And in Broomfield, there is a guy that writes for their local paper that his son fell in love with it. And so he said his son actually started greeting people saying konnichiwa. They go out there every day. His son would drag him out there, and they just stand there for a half hour pushing the button. And I love hearing stories like that, because I love that my work communicates with children, and I feel like I try to be playful in it, and maybe that means I've been successful being playful with my work when kids can relate to it that well.
The ideas behind Fellow, I feel, began and were birthed in subtle moments that I experienced finding a community here in Denver. I was really enthusiastic about just the groups of people that I was discovering and the different talents and creativity that they put forward. Music here has been blossoming. Makers have been finding a niche here in the city and throughout Colorado. So I would say there were moments of just relationship where I would connect with somebody, or we would be together as a whole and just like cheersing to a wonderful time together. And I think during those moments and just glimpsing like what the potential to do things together could be like, that's when I really started thinking about something that we could form together and collaborate on and create as a community. My name is Bree Graziano. I'm the founder of Fellow Magazine. We're really centered on gathering people together through the publication itself, through stories, and we do that through publishing the magazine and also through gathering people together. And our giant hope with doing that is to inspire people, to encourage growth on the individual level, but also on the community level, whether that's in Denver or Colorado-wide, and on the neighborhood level. We really are passionate about economic and community development through what we do to bring people together. I would say that Fellow has a very much dual side of how we operate and what we do. On one side, it's the gatherings, and on one side, it's the publication. So for the gatherings, we love to bring people to the same setting to kind of curate, which I know is an overused term, but we curate an event that highlights the craft of other artisans throughout the provisions of the night. And then we open it up to anybody who is interested in joining to just come to a common table to celebrate the elements that we provide. And we find that as much as the publication offers, is a way for people to really connect with each other, to share their story, to kind of disconnect from everything else around them to be part of this tangible experience together. And so that's why we gather.
I'm passionate about musical theater and performing in general, singing, a little bit of dancing, not so much on the dancing, singing and acting. That's what I'm passionate about. I just got to a point where I was like, I can't see myself without this. I couldn't let go of it because of how much confidence it gave me and the friends that I made at the time. Trying to think about who I would be if I hadn't been performing, if I never started performing and singing on stage and stuff, just what a different person I would be, probably much more quiet, even less confident, you know. So I think it just brings out pieces of people in ways that they didn't know before. Without it, helping them enjoy the show and bringing them joy, because the way that I portray the character may be funny in general, but maybe to a specific person it's funny because of their own personal story. And so to kind of bring up a memory for them, or, you know, make them think of something that makes them laugh even harder, bring them more joy, is really cool. And I may never know what that looks like, but that happened for them personally, and that's awesome.
Just fine till a new year. Saddest days were the ones that I lose you. Now I'm free so long, I'll see you next year when I'm strong and I mean it.
I'm Sam. I'm in 7th grade. My favorite color is red, and my favorite food are bangers and mash.
I'm Ben, and I am in 7th grade, and we go to the same school. Yeah, and we're twins, so.
Well, we started around Christmas time. Our dad worked for World Relief when they resettle refugees, and so they were having a whole bunch of refugees come in around Christmas time. And so we decided that would be a good idea to send them monsters.
We sent them the monsters, but first, before we sent them, we took a picture of them and posted it on Facebook.
And they were a hit.
Everybody wanted to buy them, and so we decided, no, we could totally sell these.
Whoa.
What are monsters?
Cute little plush things.
Now we have to make like
This.
This is a monster, and it has everything that you would ever need to hug it. It has a mouth.
It has
And
teeth.
so- But the teeth are soft.
Yeah,
so
the teeth are
it's-
soft, so
and
they're
it's
not
gonna
gonna bite.
and it has arms and legs and
eyes.
but really what a monster is anything you really want it to be. Like, say you have no friends to go on an adventure with, this guy would go on an adventure with you. He would be up for that.